Yes. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my best friend, Dad. All right. This is the second episode of this Dad podcast that I have started. Chosen Star. My name is Dwayne Murphy. Like I said, not much to say. Just like the first episode, I'm just a young dad, just trying to, seek out a lot of guidance and wisdom and insight from other fathers in the same situation. You know what I mean? We live in a world always, they say, what is it? The statistic is, I said this on the first episode, it's like 60% of women deal with postpartum depression. Then there's like a 40% of like dads who go through something like that similar. A lot of it is due to just not really talking about what's going on. You know what I mean? So, and that's the place that I felt like I was in. I thought the best way to navigate those feelings and sort of just create a bit of a community was to start a podcast where I talk to a bunch of other dads just to, see how they doing, So this week I brought on a good friend of mine. He is father of one, right? One girl. Yes.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, please. Tell everybody your name.
Sure. My name is Haskins. I am a father of a 1-year-old girl, Maciela.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
a beautiful name. I guess not to cut you off, but go ahead. What made you come up with that?
I didn't really have a choice. It was my wife, but I agreed. So I guess I did have a choice. Maciela is the real name of the actress who plays Carmen on the George Lopez show. That was the daughter. So my wife always thought that was a beautiful name, and
that is beautiful.
Yeah, and then her middle name is Rue, which is the main character of Euphoria, Zendaya's character. So we always like that too. That's her middle name, Maciela.
All right. Well, I see you gave her gave her some names to live up to, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You get a little wink, and you know what I mean?
Put that pressure on her early.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's put that pressure on her early. That's what every parent should do. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's great. Look, so me, I have a 9-month-old right now. You know what I mean? 9-month-old boy. So I am also just getting into this journey. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a show the other day, and I noticed that there were like some older dads, some dads, who had like older children, and then younger dads, and there was a different energy among the younger dads. Talk to me about, do you feel this like this fresh, this like excitement, all the time? Because that's sort of where I am at. You know what I mean?
I definitely do, but I'm also like, I'm in a weird rush for her to get older so we can start doing the fun stuff, like she can walk by herself, so I don't have to carry her everywhere and don't kill my back.
Yes.
But it is still really fun at this point, so I still have a lot of energy for her. I don't know if that will actually burn out because of my lifestyle, my profession. I'm really good at compartmentalizing. So when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm DJing, I'm DJing. When I'm home, I'm with her, and I try to pay attention to her as much as humanly possible. I mean, we all get distracted. I sometimes diddle on my phone in front of her, but at the same time, I diddle on my phone with her. So she's doing what I'm doing too. And sometimes I'll just turn my attention from what I'm doing to diddle on my phone for stuff that's fun for her.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm in what you would call the phone wars right now, where it's like I'm trying, I'm trying to balance what I got going on. But I mean, sometimes I am just like bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? And then my wife will catch me. She's like, "You need to get off your phone," and I'm like, and it's like it is important to like let your kids know, because that you're like aware that they're there and that they matter.
It's funny. I saw a video. I don't know who it was, so don't quote me on who it was. And I wish I could give them the props they deserve. But they said, it came out around Father's Day, if not a little before. They said the most important thing when it comes to a child and their father is they just want to remember that you were there. And they think you're the best person in the world, and everything you do is awesome. So as long as you're present with them, they don't care to a certain extent what you're doing. All you remember is like you are there. So when she's eating dinner and I'm feeding her, or I'm letting her feed herself at this point, sometimes I'll diddle on my phone, but I'll be aware with her, because all she'll
Mhm.
remember is like dad was there while I was eating, not
Yeah.
dad was there playing on his phone. She's not really gonna at this age remember that, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
get out of that habit myself. So
No, yeah. I mean, it's what they call it foundational tools, I guess. You gotta
yep.
like sort of build that stuff early. You were saying how you were excited for them to get bigger, and I feel like that's where I am. So because I'm still in the Holden
Hmm.
phase, like my
Yep.
son hasn't really walked yet.
Hmm.
And like he's working his legs. He thinks he knows how to use his legs.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you but my wife always says, we're gonna miss when they're this small. You know what I mean? So do you miss that?
At her first birthday, I definitely wish and sometimes do miss those moments where they just sat around and were a baby. Like they didn't
Mhm.
do anything. Because now I'm at that age, well, she's at that age where I have to constantly do stuff with her to keep her attention,
Yeah.
or at least keep an eye on her, because she's crawling on everything. Like I'm the
Mhm.
jungle gym, everything's the jungle gym. She's at that age where she can pretty much hurt herself every 10 seconds. Where
Yeah.
I miss when she'd just sit in her lounger and just like do nothing and stare off into the world. I'm like, oh, sat
Yeah.
there and did nothing and wished you got older. Now you're here. I don't like it. So
Yeah.
yeah, your wife is absolutely on point when it comes to that. But luckily, we're gonna do that again fairly soon. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we talk about too. Because I definitely I know we've had that conversation even very recently where I'm just like, yeah, man, I can't wait to, like you said, just like you said, I can't wait to do the walking and the running around and let take walks and I don't have to push the stroller and everything. But yeah, it's true. I'm definitely gonna be like always walking. I'm gonna get what I ask for.
yeah, yeah, we try to take her out as much as possible. We got her like this little bike thing where she thinks she's pedaling, but she's really not. But she at least holds onto the handles, and she loves every moment of that. And
Yeah.
that just gets me out. That gets us around. And now she's at the age where she can sit up in the shopping cart by
Oh
herself.
wow.
So
Oh, okay.
that just makes shopping like 20 times easier, because for a period of time, I was just keeping her in the holder on your chest.
Yeah.
And then we just stopped bringing her
Yeah.
for a period of time. And now we realize she can sit up in the cart and she likes people watching. So
Hmm.
we take her everywhere now, and like she's loving it. It's like 20 times easier, and it's easier
Yeah.
on our lifestyle too. So
Yeah, I'm
we
curious to see how my son will adjust to people because he's like he doesn't seem to like them too much now. He cried when my dad held him. So
yeah, mine did too. Are you doing daycare or at home all the time?
now, right now, we are not doing daycare. It's just me and my wife, full
Okay.
time. You know what I mean? Uh, we really want to like take the reins on like being with him all the time and
Hmm.
everything like that. I know that's a great undertaking. I guess that's a good question to ask. Where are you on that? Because a lot of parents are different.
Yeah, we threw her in daycare as soon as possible. And not because we couldn't stand her. I mean, we sort of couldn't, but to be honest, but sometimes like we both have full time jobs, so there's no time, no way we could do that um, fully. And I'm full time, as in I'm part time away and part time home, and I don't
Hmm.
have an attention span. So we put her in daycare. It's a home daycare, so it's a small amount of kids, about 11 kids. But the woman who runs it, older woman, she's been doing it for like 30 years. She's had kids of like really high level people there, like
Yeah.
within the state. So that's like really cool. And it's like a grandmother, it's like another
Yeah.
person that takes care of her. And so it has its benefits, and it definitely has some downfalls. Benefits, she gets a lot of exposure to other kids. And she learns from other kids. She enjoys seeing other people. She comes back like super bubbly, super excited to
Hmm.
tell me about her day. But the downfall is much like what you guys are not experiencing, which is I don't see her that much. I see her for maybe a total of like 3 to 4 hours a day
Oh
at the
man.
most. So like a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening. Like we get
Hmm.
home, I play with her for maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes. Boom, it's dinner. Dinner takes about half an hour, 45 minutes. Boom, bath time. Get ready for bed. Another
Yeah.
half an hour, bedtime. Boom,
Yeah.
it's done.
Yeah.
Um, so those 3 hours after she gets out of daycare fly. Um,
Hmm.
but I like that she's getting all this different exposure from
Yeah.
other kids, and the
Yeah.
other kids love her, so she loves it there. And honestly, we're throwing her in preschool as soon as we can. because
Okay.
she's showing really early signs of being advanced.
Yeah.
So we are going to foster that as much as possible.
Okay. So you've got yourself a little super genius on your hands right here.
Yeah, which is not people say it's like it's a good thing, but it's tough because you have to keep her attention. She gets bored with things like that. She's done really quick.
How soon do you identify those things? You know what I mean? Because I mean, everybody has milestones and stuff, but you know, when do you know that like, oh my gosh, my baby is, you know, they've got an extra brain in there.
Yeah, we noticed she was repeating words. She was doing a lot of things early. So repeating words early. Even the doctor said she really focuses on people more than most babies do. She picks up things very quickly. She's able to repeat a lot of adult words. So we don't do baby talk with her. So we say full sentences with her. We give her a lot of autonomy too. We're also teaching
baby talk.
Spanish early and baby sign language. So we do quite a bit with her, and she's just been like all over. And she has really bad FOMO, so she doesn't sleep well.
Oh yeah, my son definitely is like he's like, I'm doing what you're doing.
Exactly. Like we've had parties at our house, and she does not want to go to bed. She wants to see what everyone else is doing, so she wants to absorb so much information. So we're like, fine, you're gonna get all the information you want and go to school early. But she loves books. She's fascinated with that. She's about like 20 to 30 books deep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's gone through every book in her bookcase, or at least.
Oh man.
So she does that, and like she won't touch her toys. She won't touch her electronic toys. She'll crawl over and turn the pages of a book first. So
wow. So she's gravitated to the books and all that stuff as opposed to the electronics. That's very interesting. Did you guys have that stuff accessible for her early on?
We gave her a lot of autonomy. We're trying to introduce a lot of things. We're not raising her in the binary, so we're not pushing like girly or boy stuff to her. We're giving
nice. I like that.
She has the trucks. She has the cars. She has dolls. We don't really give it to her because they're too big. I mean, there's too many small pieces. But she has all kinds of dolls. She has the clothes she wears. She wears a lot of neutral colors. She wears a lot of grays, a lot of yellows, a lot of greens. And we kind of just let her do what she wants. And Mother loves books, and she has gravitated towards books from the rip. Granted, we started reading to her very early. I want to say like 2 months. So maybe that's us.
We do the books every night. You what books? Talk to me about the books you're reading, because we have 2 that like have to be read at all times.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the ones she really likes. She loves The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Very Hungry. Yep. Okay, we got that one.
We have Goodnight Moon. She loves, and we have it in Spanish too. So that's
good. Goodnight Moon in Spanish.
Yep. And we have Corduroy.
Buenos noches, Luna.
Right. We have that. What is one? She loves Chicka Chicka Boom. She's been pulling that lately. And we have a lot of obscure ones. Like we have the ABCs of hip hop. She pulls that down from her bookshelf all the time, because we'll take her over and say, which book do you want to read? And the first one she grabs is the one she takes.
That's the one we're reading. Yeah, I like that. I love the giving them autonomy and like letting your kid, because I mean, you want them to feel that confidence early on. You know what I mean? And like get that. You know, our Goodnight Moon is we definitely have to read that like without fail every night, and that has to be quickly followed up by Llama Llama Nighty Night. But yeah, there's like Anna Dudney. She's got a whole series. She's got Llama Llama Nighty Night, Llama Llama Wakey Wake, all that. So like but like every night it's like back to back, and then like some nights he'll like want it more than once. You know what I mean? Like if we'll close the book, he'll reach back and open it, and he'll be like, "Hey, you're not." That's
what she does with us. Yeah, she's in that phase where she's fascinated about the closing and opening of books and exploring things. So we'll read, and then halfway through, she'll like take it, check the cover, and then open it up and let us do it again. Or she wants to turn the pages. Yeah. We did it for her first birthday. We've actually done it for every like major holiday for her. We've actually asked friends and family who gift things to her, if you're gonna give her anything, don't give her a card, give her a book and write your name in it.
Okay.
Like it's a little bit more of like an expensive card, but lasts a lot longer. And that's how she's acquired so many books.
I feel you. That's good, man. That's good. Now you've obviously after a year you've developed a rhythm and everything with her clearly, as I can see. But take me back, a question I asked Troy on my last episode. Take me back to the day. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can remember. It's a year ago, but like the day you got her. You know, like the day, like walking out of the hospital, looking at the doctor, being like, "You really gonna let me keep this person?" You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's.
Because that day was very special for me, and they say every man really remembers that. You know. So,
Oh yeah, I will never forget that because that was like the first. That was the last time I had a full night's sleep. So
really, okay.
Yeah, I've been sleep deprived for a year. So
yeah.
So the first thing I thought was, so we had her at the height of COVID, like 2021. So
okay.
not the height, but like tail end.
Yeah.
And so like nobody could visit in the hospital or anything like that. So it was just the two of us. We couldn't even leave. And they kicked us out pretty quickly. Like we were there for like 48 hours after she was born.
Wow.
Not even, maybe a little less, right? She was born. Yeah. So the first thing I thought is, much like you said, like you realize like I'm completely, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I forgot to feed my cat. You think I'm gonna remember to feed this child? Like there's no like tests or anything. Like no, there's like, here's your baby, get the fuck out, bye. Like,
so even during a pandemic too, that must make you real weird. You're like, yo, it's people.
And me and my wife looked at each other, we're like, what did we just get ourselves into? And I'm sure every father has done this, especially if you have a car. I drove like 5 miles per hour the entire way home. I only lived like 2 miles from the hospital, but I drove so slowly and so carefully.
Yeah.
And slowly brought her inside. It was a strange moment. And me and my wife, we have a really good communication. Not the best, but definitely better than average. And I'm a therapist by day, so I understand people.
Oh yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah. So we struggled at first, but I had like ideas, logical ideas. So because my mind was prioritize her, prioritize my wife, because obviously there are some things that she has to do that I can't. So I have to pick up the slack in other places that I need to. So, it was making sure she's comfortable doing the dishes, doing that, running out and doing stuff, all the physical stuff that I can, but also being there for the child as well. And the one fight that we had that was pretty major was when it came to sleep. Now, my thought process was an on-off kind of shift. So I would stay up, if I remember correctly, I would stay up until about 2 a.m., which is around the time the baby would fall asleep too. But I'd stay up until 2 a.m., nap for like, well, not even nap, sleep for like 4 hours till 6, and then take the baby from 6 until whenever.
Okay.
So my wife can sleep, because I was really trying to like get her to sleep as much as possible. I felt like that was the most important thing, and it did help. The only fight we really had was she waited until the last minute when she was extremely frustrated to ask me for help. And we had this big blowout. Like I told her, I'm like, hold on, you can't be mad at me for something I'm not aware of.
Right.
So we had this long talk about how we were going to do things. I'm like, you need to tell me, you need to wake me up and say, I need help. And you need to be very specific, because I'm coming out of I'm coming out of sleep. I cannot take direction really well. I can't, I need to be told what to do. And she started doing that. And while it sucked for me, it definitely helped her in the long run. And it helped us in the long run of dealing with her in the middle of the night. Because I have a newfound respect for women.
You developed that over this process, because I had the exact same, almost verbatim. Me and my wife had these same discussions over and over, and you realize that on some level, yes, you would like some more communication and everything, but over time you just gotta you become a lot more aware, more vigilant. You're just like, look, I have to take the initiative to be there and help her out. And I'll be honest, sometimes even that don't work, because I still be I feel good.
There's some days where I'm just like, what do you want me to like? We fight over like meaningless stuff. But we got into the rhythm very early, and that was the most important thing. The routine, the support of each other, and the shift thing worked phenomenally. even putting her down later in life, like later in her life. We going to bed, like we go like every other night. We do bed unless I'm unavailable or she's unavailable, which is not that bad.
Yeah.
We the dinner, picking her up. I made a schedule for daycare. Like I pick her up, I drop her off Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I pick her up just Tuesday and Thursday while my wife picks her up. Brings her and picks her up on Mondays, brings her and picks her up on Wednesdays, then picks her up on Fridays. Like very, very easy, very simple. Always able to fill in for each other when we can. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm almost out of time. So
that's okay. I'll ask you one more question and then we'll wrap up. How about that? So I think that talk to me about your excitement level about raising a girl. You know what I mean? Like I have a boy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know that there are things that I'm gonna impart on him to try to make him the best man I could possibly be. But you know, with the girl, I mean, I don't have that as, you know, I would like a girl. I honestly would, you know what I mean? But you know, I know that's got to be a different dynamic. You know what I mean? You got to have different thoughts going through.
It doesn't mean anything at this moment. And I think that's the most important thing. A lot of people, they try to, again, they do the binary thing very early, and I'm trying not to.
Yeah, you said earlier you don't raise her in the binary. I guess break that down for me.
I don't raise her as a girl and try to teach her about boy-girl stuff. I try to keep it very neutral as long as possible until the obvious things. So like the clothes, she does wear skirts, she does wear dresses, but she wears pants a lot. She wears jeans. She wears, she wears Timbs she wears pink shoes. We tried to avoid the whole pink thing because we just didn't want that as a whole. Yeah. But like her room is mainly gray, but it's like an elephant theme, which can be both masculine and feminine. We're just trying to let her choose what she wants to be at an early age. So if she wants to do some girly stuff, she can do some girly stuff. If she wants to do some boy stuff, go nuts. I don't care. So when it comes, at this early age, it's like irrelevant to us. Yeah, we call her a big girl and everything. It's not like we're not acknowledging the fact that she's a girl. She's a girl. But if that ever changes later down the line, we don't want her to ever feel like, man, mom and dad push this girl thing on me as much as possible. And I don't want to be a girl. Like, if you don't want to be a girl, good, don't be a girl. You're still my child. So raising a girl at this moment doesn't mean anything to me. Now, did I want a girl? No. But having one is really cool. But I think also having a boy is, I think to anybody, it's equal. But I am also imparting, I'm trying to really instill in her things that are general across gender. I want her to be strong. She's extremely opinionated already. She's like her mother a lot. But she definitely she's a very strong-willed baby, and that's what we want. We want her to be just strong no matter what. And we're definitely, later down the line is when we're going to start getting little things. Like if she starts dating boys, I'm going to give her the talk.
Do the whole talk, the gun thing, bring them in the house.
my fears for what women are going through now is what I fear she's going to have to go through. And while I'm not 100% worried about it because I know she has a strong support network, I just don't want her to go through some of these things. That may or may not happen. She's gonna have her heart broken. Whatever. Everybody has their heart broken.
Right.
But I think, when she starts dating, it's gonna be a whole totally different conversation. So you ask me in about like 10 to 12 years, and I'll probably have a different story.
Hopefully I'm still doing this podcast in 10 to 12 years, and I will definitely ask you that question, see how it all panned out for you, man. Because I think that's beautiful. To like do that and to just have that conviction, you know what I mean? That like no matter what, I'm gonna focus on raising my child to be who they choose to be, and not so much what I expect them to be. You know what I mean?
From an early age, we had her pick her color of her bowls, and that she wanted to eat out of. And while that means nothing in the long run, to her it means I have control of my life, and that's all we want for her.
I love that, dude. That's awesome, dude. Well, it was great catching up with you, man. Honestly, thank you for talking to me. It's a podcast, so I don't know if you still plug stuff. You said you DJ, you do all that. Tell people where they can find you, and then we'll go ahead and
you can find me on Instagram at DJ Mo Haskins, MOHASKI, and as Nancy S. That is the probably easiest way to find me, because that's the most public that I am. And then I'm also a therapist, so you can find me on Psychology Today. If you ever
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you coming
appreciate
on,
you.
and I appreciate everybody who is watching and listening to my best friend Dad, the podcast for dads. You know what I'm saying? You can find this podcast. It's gonna be on Spotify. It is on Apple Music and on YouTube as well. They're video podcasts on Spotify too. So you can watch, listen to us, and do whatever you want. If you are a dad, or if you know a dad who just wants to have a place to hear some friendly voices just kind of talk about what they're going through, this is the podcast for you. So thank you again, Mo, for coming on, man. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get with you after this. You know what I mean? We'll just catch up and stuff. But I appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit about your process.
Appreciate it.
All right, awesome, man. Well, you have a good one, man. Thanks for coming on, and everybody else, you have a good night.
All right.